Shizuki-kun, iru?
Okay, okay. It was 10 to 12, and lunchtime was quickly coming to an end. Her face popped into Class C, as lively as ever, as if it were an everyday occurrence. Alko Awazaki announced her presence. While Alko wasn't part of Class C, she didn't let it bother her as she casually entered the classroom. In contrast, the baby birds who'd been so noisily chirping while eating lunch quickly quieted and began to rearrange their seats.
どういう意味よ、それ。
No, I think they think you're more of a stickler for like the rules than you probably are. And that you get angry for the desks being out of sorts. She bristled internally before looking around the room. She couldn't see the male student she'd come here to find. He hardly stood out, so she thought he might be hidden in a corner somewhere, but that appeared to not be the case.
有里くん、出席番号12番のしずきくんは？
Awazaki kept her tone professional.
俺？しずきならさっき飛丸殿下が連れて行ったよ。
His Highness. The boy was shocked that she actually knew his name. Again, there's definitely like a disconnect there between her and the rest of the students, it seems like. Like, yeah, she might be a bit standoffish sometimes, but I feel like she cares, at least to a degree. Even if she says she doesn't. The boy was shocked that she actually knew his name. One might think that the reason students referred to Tobimaru Tsukiji by a royal title was because he was the chairman's son, but it was because he actually acted like royalty. In fact, the vice president was said to have taken a liking to the title.
飛丸が？あいつしずきくんと仲いいの？
Kind of. She seemed surprised. The class seemed surprised at her surprise.
いいも悪いも築地くんが男子と仲良く話してるのって今まで見たことなかったよ、私たち。あ、木の実くんはバカだから別だけど。
Yeah.
そうだよな。初めは殿下もあんまり話してなかったけど、3日もしたら楽しそうに口喧嘩してたもんな。ま、しずき相手に突っ張っても仕方ないじゃん。あいつ変だけどいいやつだし。
Yeah, true.
そうよね。いい人だもんね、宗十郎くん。
Having recomposed themselves, Class C started chatting again. Alko listened for a bit before turning around and leaving the class with a later. Hey, that's my thing. I say later. and Daily Dose of Internet also says later, but well, you know, whatever. All the Sojiro talk finished as quickly as it had started. Lunchtime was coming to a close in the student council room. Sojiro, having told his story, was smiling in satisfaction. Tobimaru, still sitting across from him, was frowning.
さあ、感想を聞かせてくれ。
Sojiro told his yarn as best he could. Tobimaru fingered his brow as if he was angry or concerned.
なあ、そうのじ。お前、人をバカにできるほど器用なやつじゃねえよな。
What?
失礼な。器用な方だぞ、俺は。
His response only confirmed Tobimaru's suspicions. It had to be one of two possible conclusions. That what Sojiro had just told him was true, or that Sojiro was so tired that he must have been hallucinating at the time. Tobimaru sincerely hoped it was the latter.
宗十郎、率直に言って、俺はお前が気に入っている。
Thanks?
嘘のない人間なんてのは人間じゃねえ。
Yeah, I guess so.
俺は
Yeah.
人間嫌いだからそんなお前さんが気に入ってたりするんだが、そんなやつまで馬鹿げたことを言い出したら俺は明日から何を頼りに昼飯を食えばいいんだ。
Poor Sojiro. He's like, I'm telling the truth here, man.
学食で食べればいいんじゃないか。
Oh, Sojiro, you clueless bastard. Hearing his suggestion, Tobimaru's face darkened.
分かった。はっきり言おう。それは幻覚だ。
Right, sure.
幽霊の正体見たり枯れ尾花ってやつだろうさ。それでも納得いかないってんならいい精神科を紹介してやる。
それが君の感想か。よし、ならいいんだ。
Is it good? As bitter as Tobimaru's words might have sounded the most, Sojiro swallowed them whole.
そりゃ俺だって神隠しの類だと思ったよ。けど都会じゃもしかしてそれもありなのかもしれないだろ。確かめたかったのはそこなんだ。
Okay. Satisfied, so Tobimaru's like, what the fuck just happened? Satisfied, Sojiro finished off his last rice bowl and neatly folded the cloth.
おい、すると何か？
What?
お前は都会の人間は口から火を吹いたり腕が伸びたりするのが普通だと思ったのか？
Maybe. You never know.
まあ普通じゃないけど特別でもないんじゃないかと思ったんだ。ここは山にないものが溢れている何でもありの場所だ。だからそれぐらいやってのける人だってもしかしているのかなと。
Yeah, you know, fair enough. That his face was as serious as it was made Tobimaru realize just how big a culture shock Sojiro must have been experiencing. Yeah. Living up in the mountains with no electricity. In a place where the night sky was as it always had been. Where humans were just one more organism in nature's garden. It makes sense that those conditions would create a boy like him. The idea of children growing up so pure was an appealing one. But maybe it was natural to forgo civilization when your population was so small. Or perhaps it was so simple a world that excessive knowledge was deemed irrelevant. It was precisely because city life offered him so much that was impossible up till now, that he had come to the conclusion that anything was possible here. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it's fair.
安心しろ。確かにこっちにはタチの悪い奴らばっかりだけどな。そんな魔法使いみたいな奴はいねえよ。
Right, yeah, yeah, totally.
そうだといいんだけど。
Yeah, well, that hope's gonna be dashed. But Sojiro seemed unsure. And on Tobimaru's part, there were things to Sojiro's story that he found hard to swallow. Whether true or not, the incident Sojiro had described was disturbing.
まあ、事の真偽というか、どんな間違いでそう見えたかは置いておいてだ。
Okay.
結果だけ見れば、うちの生徒が夜の公園で人を殺したってことになる。しかも双方控えめに表現しても普通じゃねえ。
Oh, wait, didn't Alice tell Alko to take the park when she went out to deal with the guys in the forest? Oh. Oh no. As a newcomer to town, Sojiro assumed that everyone his age was a student at this school. For better or worse, he was right.
一人は火炎放射器を持って、もう一人は、まあなんだ、なぎなたでも持ち出したのか、刃物らしきものが何メートルも伸びたときた。
Sojiro bobbed his head up and down as he listened to the disbelief in Tobimaru's voice. Hearing it repeated by someone else, he could see how someone might think he was taking them for a ride. Yeah.
正気を疑うな。尋常じゃないぞその話。
Uh-huh, right.
宗十郎、お前実は俺をからかってんだろ。
No.
いや全く。けどまあ都会にはそんな人間はいないんだろ。
Yeah, right.
なら鳥の言う
Right.
通り夢でも見てたんだ。ここのところアルバイトと試験が重なって辛くて。
Winter break was just around the corner, and the end of term exams were but a week away. Both were proving formidable opponents for Sojiro.
俺は基本ができてないから人の倍程度の勉強じゃ追いつけない。ほら勉強ばかりしているとノイローゼをするんだろ。
You've only been here for like 10 days though, right? So it's like...
そりゃするんじゃなくてなるものだが、何にせよやりすぎ飲みすぎはよくねえわな。試験前ぐらいはバイト減らしたらどうだ。
But he needs money to live! He needs that cash money.
減らしてはいるんだけどね。年末ってアルバイトを休む人も多くてその代行も頼まれがちだし。
Just say no! He shrugged helplessly. It was obvious from his words that he'd been busy. Even if he wasn't going crazy, lack of sleep could have caused him to daydream. Even if this all did go down in the middle of the night.
なんだか大変そうだな、宗十郎。
Yeah.
ああ実はかなり参ってる。都会の暮らしは深刻だ。
Sojiro nodded with a pained look on his face. What was strange, however, was that he didn't look the least bit tired.
泣き言言わねえのは感心するけどな。お前、新郎は顔に出ないたちか？
そりゃ新郎はどこも痛まないからね。
Uh-huh. As he answered, Sojiro looked up at the clock on the wall. Lunchtime was almost over.
飛び丸時間だ。
ああ、もうそんなに経ったか。気にせず先に行ってていいぜ。俺はまだ用があるからよ。
Sojiro watched as Tobimaru made a gesture that seemed to lament the life of a student council member. His eyes looked as if they were looking at a piece of art and not understanding its value.
授業をサボれる身分っていうのは羨ましいな。
That's not quite... okay.
そういうの飛び丸が嫌いな手抜きじゃないのか。
そりゃ誤解も甚だしい。俺の欠席は手抜きじゃねえ。特権ってやつだと言ったろ。
Sounds like something a skipper would say. The vice president angrily defended himself as he stood up. The transfer student merely gazed at him unfazed.
おいおい、あれだけ説明したのに全然分かってなかったのか。
Maybe.
しょうがねえ。まず座れ。いいか、その字。
Are we gonna get some fucking, like, context for that name?
常人を上回る英気と幸運を兼ね備えながら座することなく精進してきた俺でもここを卒業しちまえば裸一貫になっちまうんだぞ。
No.
ひでえ話だ。てめえの家柄を活用できんのはあと1年ちょいだけなんだぜ。これの一体どこが羨ましいってんだ。普通一生続くはずの親の七光ってやつが俺の場合はたった3年間しかねえんだからな。となりゃ有効なうちに使っておかなきゃもったいなくておちおち眠ってもいられね
I guess.
え。ああ、嫌だ嫌だ。何が嫌かってバカどもとガン首並べて金勘定するのが嫌だ。たく嫉妬渦巻く大人の世界じゃ俺のオブラートみたいな心なんてパックリ飲まれて溶けちまうこと受け合いだろうさ。
Boo. Well, he must have been joking. Sojiro took his tone to be completely sincere. He listened as he envied Tobimaru's ability to be so open about his feelings. From his frame of reference, there was nothing he could do but take Tobimaru for his word. When?
あら、そんな権利なんて留年すればいくらでも引き延ばせるのに。なんなら協力してあげましょうか。この私でよろしければ。
How long have you been listening to us, Alko? The door to the student council room flew open, washing away Sojiro's half-hearted responses to his friend. This frosty statement destroyed the warm atmosphere of the room. And it also marked the abrupt end of Tobimaru Tsukiji's reign there.
いや、いい。自分の夢は自分の力だけで叶えようと常々思ってるんだ。
Yeah, true.
そう。なら今みたいな恥ずかしいこと力説しないでね。廊下にまで聞こえてたわよ、副会長さん。
Not missing a beat, Aozaki Alko stepped into the room. Her dark hair was slightly disheveled as if she'd been running. Her gaze missed the sitting Sojiro entirely and was focused completely on the ranting vice president.
頑張れ、飛び丸。
Ganbare! Get it? You got this, man. Sojiro quietly got up to head back to his classroom.
割と薄情なんだな、お前って。
I mean, you know, survival of the fittest. Tobimaru grumbled in front of Alko.
だって時間がない。
だから、そういうのが薄情とだな。
He cut himself off. Alko briefly shifted her gaze to Sojiro.
時間がないのは私も同じよ。あなたにはいつも振り回される。
Not a complaint. It was her honest opinion.
なんだ？要件は総十郎かよ。
Yeah.
安心なさい。あなたにもあるから。
You should have shut up. Oh, Tobimaru, you gotta learn to keep quiet, man. Her eyes shimmered with a murderous glee. It was slightly different from the more sullen gaze to which Tobimaru had grown accustomed. For whatever reason, Alko's mood seemed worse than usual.
しずきくん、あなた、走るのと泳ぐの、どっちが好き？
Alko asked abruptly. Sojiro frowned a little before saying he was fine with either one.
ダメよ、一つにして。
Why? What is this for?
泳ぐ方かな。けど、どうして？
あなたがまだどこの部にも所属してないから。
What? Is this one of those schools where you have to be in a club? Or the student council? A succinct reply. One that left no room for Sojiro to object.
うちの校則読んだわよね。生徒はただ一人の例外の中、部活動に参加しなくてはならない。
You know, okay, I make like those grumbling noises at it, but like I kind of wish American schools had that. I wish I'd been kind of forced. I wish I'd been forced to be in a club. Actually, do I though? Because nah, a lot of I live too far away for that to have worked. Yeah, no, that yeah. Unless unless they made it so all club activities go out at the same time, and so the buses were still. Yeah, I don't know. It could have worked, I suppose.
正直どうかと思う校則だけど、決まりは決まりだから。
そんな無茶な。悪いけど、そこまでの暇はないんだ。
I don't know. Have to figure it out.
でしょうね。
An equally terse response. She was typically to the point, but Tobimaru got the impression that she was expressly trying to keep her interaction with Sojiro short. They stared at each other in silence. Yep. Tobimaru stood breathlessly silent on the sidelines until Sojiro broke the impasse.
青崎は分かってると思ってた。
Bruh. Bruh.
あ、いや違う。きっと分かっているんだな。うん。だから、そこが強いんだろうね。
Okay. Sojiro stood up from his seat. He walked past Alko and into the hallway.
それ、明日からでいいんだろ？
しずきくんがいいならね。
He did his best to force a smile before leaving the student council room. Yeah, he's gonna have to adjust his hours. I wonder how she's gonna take that. The whole... I guess complimenting her? I would say that was a compliment. Like, he can, like... Yeah, like, yeah, you, of course you understand. Like, so you know, you can see that she's a hard worker and that's what she's strong. Okay. I wonder, she probably won't even comment on it, huh? While watching the events play out, Tobimaru found himself deeply impressed with Sojiro. He could tell from Alko's behavior that she was trying to get a rise out of Sojiro. Sojiro, on the other hand, was none the wiser to what Alko was doing, so he simply went about his way. To Tobimaru, it was hard to believe that Sojiro had not taken offense. All he observed was the performance of a lifetime in Sojiro as he maintained a poker face. I don't even think it was a poker face. I think he was legitimately just like, okay, no, understandable.
Yeah, でも何が強いんだろうな、会長。
yeah, you could say that. He looked at Alko curiously. Alko stood completely still, staring at the wall.
青崎？
Alko showed no response.
おい、会長。青崎。青子女子。おい、聞いてんのかよ、青崎青子。
さいはね、青を呼ぶな。
Her fury echoed across the student council room. It was a beautiful sound that could be heard into the hallway and made Tobimaru's rant from earlier pale in comparison.
やかましい。うるせえのはてめえも同じだ。
Perhaps her shouting was still ringing in his ears, or he was just the type to answer a shout with a shout, but he shot back reflexively.
そんなんだから男の一人もできねえんだよ、お前は。ほら、目覚めたか？
別にあなたの声は聞こえてた。煩わしかったから無視してただけよ。黙らせるの面倒だし。
Apparently not.
てめえな、俺はカカなんかか、おい。
コミュニケーションが成立しない点で言えば、あっちのがまだ上品よね。
Wow.
ほう、その心は？
お互い何を言ってるかわからない。意味のない会話なら、仰せみたいなものでしょ。
Based on that statement, Alko must have been under the assumption that dating is the act of two lovers whispering nonsense to each other. I mean... yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of... But, yeah, whatever.
問題は、お前にとって意味のある会話ってのがどの程度の価値かってことだが、まあいいか。いつになくきついじゃねえか、青崎。
ちょっとね。今愛嬌を振りまける状況じゃないのよ。
不思議だ。 この2年間で青崎の愛嬌なんてものは見たことがないんだが。
I mean, after she got stalked, you know, I don't blame her.
飛び丸のいない時に振りまいてたの。
Yeah, no, fair. Again, you know, yeah, no, you kind of deserve to be. You're, yeah, you know, after what Tobimaru said he did, you know, you deserve some recompense in the form of shit talking him.
そうかよ。やっぱりあの時のこと恨んでるんだろ、生徒会長さんはよ。
There was only one thing that Tobimaru could be talking about. The incident that occurred in the student council room this past summer.
ずいぶんと昔の話じゃないそれ。そんなどうでもいいことに容量を使っちゃもったいないわよ。ただでさえ脳の覚醒部分が少ないのに。
Alko, you can't just shit talk your fucking your help. But I mean, again, you know, and like I said before, he does kind of deserve it. As the conversation wore on, Alko's murderous aura began to fade, and her sharp gaze gave way to a calmer demeanor rarely seen from her. It was quite possible that nobody besides Tobimaru had ever seen this side of her at school before.
ご忠告どうも。俺だってあんなことは忘れてよ。ただ、さっきその字がバカなこと言いやがるから、つい思い出しちまったんだよ。くそ、考えてみりゃ場所まで一緒じゃねえか。
Despite his ranting, his face betrayed a touch of nostalgia. Alko, on the other hand, was scowling.
ちょっと待って。
What?
あの話、彼にしたの？
Maybe.
おう、俺がてめえに、なんで会長になんか立候補したのよ。あんたは副会長って顔でしょ、どう見ても。なんて挑発されて、生涯最高の月をしたところまでな。
Alko let out a sigh, as if relieved that Tobimaru had not told Sojiro the rest of the story. Even she wasn't sure why.
あれは確かにびっくりするぐらいいい月だった。思わず体が反応しちゃったもんね。ところで、私そんなこと言ったっけ？
Maybe.
言った。しかも俺が保健室に運ばれたのをこれ幸いと強引に副会長にしやがった。
Since that day, Tobimaru had served as the vice president of the person who had usurped the role from him.
いいけどな。俺に会長職は合わねえって分かったし、副会長の方が性に合ってやがる。会長なんてやってたら、危うく親父みたいな野郎になってただろうしよ。
プライド高い分、できることは全部やるからね、飛び丸は。会長職に先進するあまり、気がついたら優等生になってたあんたも見たかったけど。
やめてくれ、ゾッとしねえ。猫かぶるのはお前だけで十分だ。
Tobimaru shooed Alko away like an annoying pest. Okay, maybe they are close. Like, I don't know, this seems like very comfortable conversation. I don't know. It was a typical example of the crude verbal abuse they exchanged on a daily basis, with a wittiness that only two longtime foes could manage. Right, foes. I don't know, this seems more like friendly banter, but again, you know, he did say that she's nice to people she doesn't like and vice versa, so it's like, well, not exactly like that, but, you know, doesn't necessarily mean she likes him, so I don't know.
で、なんでそんな話したのよ。
How are you gonna get out of this one, Tobimaru?
Huh?
Tell who what?
半
Okay.
年前のここの事件をなんで彼に話したのよ。
ああ、そっちか。いや、あいつがバカなこと口走ったからなんだが。
What? He stopped himself before he said any more. Uh-huh. He knew better than to let slip the fact that Sojiro had a thing for Alko. Everyone knew guys didn't sell each other out like that. Even if it was all, in truth, a misunderstanding.
それより、さっきのはないんじゃねえのか、青崎。お前、宗十郎に恨みでもあんの
7日以上前の恨みを引きずるほど私はお姫様じゃないつもりだけど。
What? Okay, you have no reason to. Again, it wasn't even his fault. It's not his fault the teachers decided to do it like that. He wanted to retort that she was just more like a queen than a princess. But he'd come to know her too well over the past 2 years to dig himself into a hole like that.
恨みは
Right.
ないね。それにしちゃ、恋に喧嘩売ってただろ。なんでだ確かに調子の狂うやつだが、あいつほどいいやつはいねえだろうに。
What's that face?
おい待て。なんだその足元のシロアリを見るかのような態度は。
別にあんたまでそのセリフを言うのかって心底から見避け果てただけよ。
What's that supposed to mean?
まあいっか。いいやつ、いい人、結構じゃない？喧嘩を売る相手としちゃ上等だわ。誰も憎んであげないなら、私ぐらいそうしないとね。
I feel like intentionally picking a fight is kind of juvenile, but sure. She said casually, having regained her composure.
しないとねって、お前。
Tobimaru couldn't follow her reasoning at all, because it's probably bullshit, to be honest. Tobimaru was used to Alko's erratic trains of thought, but hating Sojiro for no reason seemed needlessly cruel. His friend's naive and innocent face came to mind, and then he blurted,
けど、宗十郎は青崎が好きなんだぜ。それでも嫌いなのか
you bastard. His vow of silence lasted not even 2 minutes.
いや、今のはな、青崎。
Oh boy. He tried to take it back, but it was too late. She had heard his words loud and clear. God damn it, Tobimaru. You bastard. All he could hope for now was that she would take it well. Yeah, we'll see about that.
そりゃそうでしょ。好き嫌いは誰にもあるし。
Yeah, fair enough.
けどこればかりはね。彼が私と仲良くしたいって言っても、私は嫌いなんだから仕方ない。
That's true. Stone Cold Steve. Alko, not Austin. She's not a WWE fucking superstar. I mean, she probably could be, but beside that, Tobimaru found himself filled with indignation at how detached Alko was being. Poor Sojiro.
いや、そんなお友達感覚の話じゃなくてだな。
Shut up, Tobimaru!
そういう好き嫌いじゃなくて、その字は本気でお前に惚れてるって言ったんだよ。
This fucking dirtbag. Well, he's okay. No, he's not a dirtbag. He seems like a nice enough fellow, I guess. But, god damn it. Oh god, the misunderstandings. He shouted, His face the embodiment of sincerity. Alko gave him a blank stare. It was the face of someone who had lost their wallet hours earlier and was only just realizing it now. Oh no. The first instant of doubt that ushers in the reality of the situation. But an instant is all it was.
Ne?
She answered coolly. As if she had no idea why it should matter to her at all.
出ときたか。鬼でもなけりゃ悪魔だな。お前って女は。よかろう。聞こえなかったのならもう一度言ってやる。
Tobimaru gave up any pretense of masculine solidarity and fired back hard.
いいわよそんなの。つまらないもの。
She ruthlessly cut him off. Thinking of the boys who still harbored unrequited love for Alko, Tobimaru tried hard to come up with a name befitting the demoness in front of him.
なるほどね。それでさっきの話に結びつくわけだ。へえ、柄にもなく友達思いじゃない？殿下。
Why the smug face? I wish I knew how to fucking get the text off screen, so it was just the... hang on. How do I don't wanna...
ってことは、聞くも無残、語るも無情っていう私の噂話、教えてあげたんでしょ
？Other than the one about you beating up a third year when you're in your first year, no, not really. She laughed as a fiendish smile adorned her face. Tobimaru repented to God, whoever and wherever he or she might be, for ever bringing up Alko's love life.
飛び丸にしちゃ正しい判断ね。褒めてあげるから、どんな話をしたのか聞きたいな、私。
Oh, you poor son of a bitch. Oh boy. She was smiling, but Tobimaru wished she at least try to hide the bloodlust.
代表作とここでの事件を2つばかり。
Alko nodded with satisfaction as she listened to Tobimaru's hesitant answer.
こういう時、噂話って便利よね。うるさいのを追っ払ってくれるから。でも、そんな話を考えなしで広めたら大変だから、これからは気をつけてね。
Rumors! Right, that's all they are. Rumors. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Had this been in writing, the chillingly sweet tone of her words could have been signed with a heart. Huh? Whether angry or happy, Aozaki spoke in a disturbingly cute manner when she was in a heightened emotional state. Uh-huh. Tobimaru took note of this new discovery, aware that it did nothing to get him out of this situation.
ああ、俺も命は惜しいからな。口はもう滑らねえよ。けどよ、青崎。本気で宗十郎が嫌いなのか？
He knew that it was a topic he'd be better off avoiding, but he tried asking anyway. The bonds between men, at times, shine more beautifully than a pearl. Right.
まあ、好きじゃないから嫌いっていうわけじゃないけど、私が彼のことを嫌う理由は自分でもわからない。 だからダメなのね、きっと。
Yeah, not understanding is a frustrating thing. Yeah, it's understandable. Perhaps to placate Tobimaru, Alko paused in contemplation before she answered. Giving it a moment without immediately blurting out a response meant that not even he could complain.
そうか。まあ、そういうことならしょうがねえか。何しろ、綺麗さっぱり感情論だ。お互い理由もなく好きと嫌いじゃ、手を貸す隙間もねえわけだし。
Thinking that would be the end of it, Tobimaru looked up toward the ceiling and silently apologized to Sojiro. However, his final sentence appeared to have piqued Alko's interest.
待って、今のどういう意味？
Her faux cheer had vanished. Failing to pick up on this, Tobimaru answered nonchalantly.
いや、あいつもさ、青崎に惚れた理由がわからないなんて言いやがってよ。ああ、違ったか。理由なんてないなんて意味だったかな。
Tobimaru was still in disbelief that Sojiro had been charmed by Alko's appearance, so he purposefully left that part out.
理由はないですって。
Tobimaru, maybe talk about the part where he thought her concern, you know, that bit. Maybe talk about that.
ああ、なんで俺がいくらお前の噂話をしても無駄だった。天津さえなんて言ってたかな。そうそう、理由はどうあれ青崎の心配は本物なんだとか、自分はそれで助かってるとか、俺なんかには言えないセリフだったのは確かだね。どうにも。
You know, I said he should mention that bit, but now that I really look at it and hear it, I'm like, this might not help.
はっきりしてんのは他の野郎どもと違って、噂を聞いても手を引く素振りなんざみじんもなかったってことだけ。
I think it's the way he put it that makes it sound not as good. Yeah. Tobimaru finally noticed the shift in Alko's demeanor. A couple minutes too late there, bud. She was scowling at the wall. She glared at it in silence like it was her worst enemy, and this continued for several minutes. Oh. Oh no.
何それ？さっきといいそれといい、どこかで聞いたようなことばっかり。
I don't know. She's literally vibrating. So great was her ire that the gnashing of her teeth was audible. The irritation seethed until it reached the point that Alko forgot Tobimaru was even in the room. Tobimaru looked heavenward for forgiveness, sensing that he'd brought further calamity down upon Sojiro's head. Yeah. Little bit.
少し分かったわ。なんであいつが気に食わないのか。
What? Tobimaru looked away as if to indicate that he'd rather not know, but Alko ignored him and began to grumble venomously.
あいつ、私が嫌いなやつと言動が似てるのよ。
Okay?
誰彼構わずいい人扱いされるところとか、妙にふわふわしてるところとか、いちいち私の勘に触るところとか。
Wait, does he remind you of your sister? Maybe? Glancing idly up at the clock, Tobimaru thought the last part just sounded like misplaced anger. And that was that. 1 o'clock had come and gone. Right.
わかった。もういい。この話をした俺が悪かった。 で、俺に用ってのはなんだよ。言っとくけど、もう授業始まってるぜ。
え？授業ってなんで？いつ？
Well, you were vibrating. That's when it happened.
いや、さっきその字が出てってから、青月がギラーンって壁に睨んでた時にチャイムが鳴ったんだよ。いいのか、生徒会長。5次元目ばっくれて。
いいわけないでしょ。なんで黙ってんのよ、あんたは。
You know, I got nothing. I got nothing. You know, he should have said something, but I'm sure he'll offer to be like, oh, she you know, because he has permission. He was like, oh, she was with me. I needed to borrow her or something, and then she'll probably get off without any, you know, fucking consequences. She looked like she was on the verge of tears as she shouted and pulled at his necktie. Tobimaru raised his hands in mock surrender, a gesture reserved only for the true victor.
蚊の方がエレガントなんて言いやがった仕返しだ。思い知るがいい。男の純情を踏みにじったり焼き殺したりするエリート悪魔め。
相変わらず細かく根に持つ男。言動には言動で返しなさいよね、卑怯者。
Yeah, I guess so. She tightened his necktie around his neck with a yank. The vice president smiled a thuggish grin, as if her reaction made his victory that much sweeter.
お前の古典が破滅に向かっているのは周知の事実。そして A 組の5次元目は言うまでもない。藤代のばあさん。青崎のこと嫌ってるしな。
Fujishiro had one of the longest tenures at the school, so it was only natural she'd be in charge of teaching the classics.
さあ、こんなところで俺のネクタイを引っ張る余裕があるのなら、急いで自分の教室に立ち返るがいい。情けだ。別に止めはしねえよ。
Right. Merciful. Yeah, that's what I would use to describe you.
くそ、あんたなんかにはめられるなんて。このまま死んでしまえ。
She choked him even harder with his necktie. As Alko put words into action and mercilessly strangled Tobimaru, he saw his life flash before his eyes.
いや、待て。本当に死んじまうだろうが。今ならまだ間に合う。10分過ぎたら遅刻から欠席扱いだぞ。
Alko glanced up at the clock. It was still only 1:07. Her route was from the student council room on the second floor to the Class A classroom on the third floor. If she ran, she could make it.
命拾ったわね、飛び丸。
Alko clicked her tongue disappointedly. What disturbed Tobimaru was that it didn't sound like an empty threat. Yeah, because it probably isn't.
あと放課後、ここにいて。頼みたいことがあるのは本当なんだから。
You know, I'd really rather not. She was halfway out of the room before she even finished her sentence. Finally all alone, Tobimaru closed the open door, locked it, and slumped into a chair.
たく。ああしてる分には楽しいやつなんだけどよ。青崎は。
Yeah. He leaned back in the creaky folding chair and let out a sigh. The weather outside was beautiful, but the sunlight waned early in the winter. Before long, daylight would fade and the unheated student council room would grow colder and colder. All of the good equipment like the heater had ended up in the main office, so he had no choice but to settle in for a chilly afternoon.
こんな天気が続けばいいんだがね。天気予報じゃまた雲行き怪しいって話だが。
Yeah, real shame. After his somewhat suggestive monologue, Tobimaru's mind drifted. He idly wondered to himself whether Sojiro was an overcast day or a clear day sort of guy. But no answers came. I wonder. Okay, I am going to stop there. And next time we'll see, I guess we'll be a Sojiro head to his job. But yeah, that was a good... I forgot how to open the pause menu. There it is. So there's no way to get rid of the text and just have the... Huh. Anyway, whoops. Oh, it's B! B does it! Fucking... no, not B. Circle! Fucking circle! God... Well, now I know. But yeah, anyway. Thank you all for watching. And, I'll catch y'all next time where we'll be with Sojiro some more. Later.